Hi everybody, can you believe it? We have made it to the last month of 2017. Whew, it's been a doozy. So, how are we loving this sweatshirt or what? If you're interested in one, my girl Shannon has them at her website, I Om Divine. She also has t-shirts, hats, and a zillion amazing handmade products for your body. Like, please go get yourself some because when you're out shopping for your loved ones, you have to be getting yourself something. Speaking of that, starting 12/1, everything on my website till Christmas Eve is going to be $5 off. That includes gift certificates, okay? So even if you're not ready to gift someone else a reading and you want a reading, you think like, okay, a couple months from now I'm going to want a reading, buy yourself a gift certificate. That means if you bought a $40 gift certificate, you get it for $35, but it's valued at $40, okay? So email me if you're interested in that. The rest of the prices will be slashed on my website starting 12/1, but gift certificates must be purchased through me, okay? It's a beautiful PDF. You can either print it out yourself or for $3 more, I can print it off on beautiful cardstock and send it to you or the recipient. Mid-December, I will be dropping the year ahead readings. And if you're interested in getting a personalized year ahead, I'll have those listed on the website with $5 off starting 12/1. And last but not least, if you're interested in me coming to your city in 2018, please drop your location below. I'm definitely trying to hit at least 5 major cities on the East Coast, and I'm really hoping that I get enough people to head out to the Bay, my former home, okay? I want to hit the West Coast too. So, as always, if you have any questions, please email me, and all that information that you could ever need is in the description. Love you guys. Mwah. Gemini, so you did have the Knight of Swords jump out, but I put it back because I just started shuffling. Now I'm getting a strong, like, I don't want to call it a pain, but it's like a pressure. It's a fading in and out pressure in my heart chakra and in my, well, it's gone now, but it was in my sacral chakra. So there's a strong need to really love the more primal sexual part of yourself, whether you're a man or a woman, and this doesn't have to be done through sex or through any type of sexual act, but there's this part of your heart that is literally like longing for expression and connection, and it can be expressed through sexual energy, but sexual energy is also creative energy. So there's this deep call for you to do things, right, that are loving and you love, that also allow you to harness your creative power and allow you to express yourself. Notice how no cards are coming out of the deck. There we go. And that's not the one you want to see. Straight up, this Five of Pentacles with this Four of Wands is feeling separated from source. Or feeling separated from your home or what you identify as home. We also have the Justice card here. These add up to a 9. So if you're traveling or can't travel to your family or the people that you love and care about this holiday season, you know, you need to ask yourself, or maybe you feel left out even with being around people, because the Five of Pentacles to me is always that feeling of loneliness, even if you're in a crowded room. You know what I mean? If you're feeling separated from source or feeling far away from the people that feel like home or the place that feels like home or just the resonance of feeling at home in your own body, first of all, I'm recording this on the Gemini full moon, but Saturn is exiting your opposite sign of Sagittarius this month, and you know, things will get easier. There will be a lot less pressure projected at you. But you need to reach out to people and let them know that you're feeling lonely, that you're feeling isolated. I know that's not really a comfortable conversation to have, but it's good to remember that home is a feeling, not a place. Okay, so as you journey out into this new year, potentially out into the world, maybe you're moving away from home for the first time or the first time in a while or just whatever, or you're traveling back home and then leaving again, is what makes it hard. Remember that, again, home is where the heart is and the heart lives in the body. So there's always ways to feel more at home with yourself. So definitely focus this month on how you can ask for support and help when you need it, but also know when to turn in on yourself and give yourself that support in that home base. Do what you can to make yourself feel at ease, right? It doesn't have to be a struggle. Just know that. It does not have to be a struggle, okay? Struggle is always an option that's available to us, but it does not have to be your reality. Gemini, I have to grab my coffee for this because this is like super real. All right, first things first. Every ace is on the table. Every ace. Every ace is on the table. The Three of Swords is on the table. And the Four of Wands returned. And the overall energy is the Hierophant. Let's sip some sips onto that. What is good, Gemini? What is good? When this Three of Swords fell, I jokingly said to myself, nothing like a good old-fashioned heartbreak to start your engines again. I don't really think that a lot of you are experiencing a new heartbreak. I think this is just pain in general. The rune home is here, so for those of you that are visiting home or unable to visit home this holiday season, I think it's just bringing into perspective any lingering regret or just heavy feelings or emotions that come up with the choice that you had made to leave or to not go or whatever that may be. Okay. With the Hierophant as your overall energy, it's really apparent that what you're going through is a big spiritual lesson. And it talks about tradition and traditional values and where you stand on said traditional values is very much in focus this month. And you're getting all your ducks in a row for sure, because again, with all of these aces here, a new beginning is imminent. One that is resonating with you on every single octave, like physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. You're there on every single level. And that's why you do need to examine this upset one more time so that you understand. This feels like a mourning, like just a one last hurrah mourning something. Because the Hierophant is a teacher, and sometimes it's an ancestral teacher. And we need to know that it is our duty as a part of an ancestral line to evolve. Like, even if our ancestors or, our, living or non-living would have encouraged us to live a different way because they grew up in a different time, doesn't mean that ultimately what they want or hope from us on a soul level is to advance, right? Advance and take the tradition forward in a way that is expansive. So, though career is definitely involved in here, I don't see, the only way love is involved in this spread is if you are married or are engaged. Okay? Or if you're just contemplating, like, if that's ever going to finally happen for you. But this isn't about a love relationship. This is about where you stand on traditional values, whatever those are to you, and how you can meet the traditional values you were raised with halfway, as well as make a spiritual commitment to yourself about living in your truth. All right? Right? That deserves 2 sips of coffee for sure. Okay. So, in the energy of what you're being asked to let go of, Gemini, we have the Six of Wands,
clarified by or coupled with the Queen of Swords. In the rune we have in the Six of Wands is strength. So the message here is, with you as the Queen of Swords, right, and you the mentality of the Queen of Swords, don't be so quick to put so much weight on mental, right, logical, strictly mental and logical victory. Strength, right, in success don't only come from your ability to just say what's on your mind. True victory, right, is bringing every single octave, right, or energy or etherical body online and then moving forward. So you may put a lot of stock in how people perceive you mentally and intellectually. And that you may feel that's your strength and that's what you want to be seen for. But there is more to you. Yeah, High Priestess. There is so much more beneath the surface, Gemini. And you need to allow that part of you to shine in order to continue this success. And in order to continue to be admired for the growth that you have already undergone. Okay? I hope that's not too short, but I feel like that is the message. The door that's not open for you that was once closed. We have the Three of Swords, clarified by the Ace of Wands. And the rune on the 3 is home. So whether your home was broken this year, in whichever way, if you changed homes, or if you changed homes a while ago, or you had lost the feeling of what home feels like, or you're unsure of where home is, right? That wayward emotion, you're being handed the opportunity to begin again in whatever capacity this resonates with you. Okay, because this can manifest in so many ways. Home, at the end of the day, right? Love this card. We got the Akashic Records, which is specific to this deck. But if you know what the Akashic Records are, then you know this is like something very deep and it's part of your soul's lineage, right? And I was talking about ancestral lineage here. You may be homesick, right? On a spiritual level. Like, I am so sick of this planet. I am so sick of this dimension. I am so sick of the way people act or treat me or whatever. It doesn't even matter. And you may not even realize that the reason you feel that way is because you have lived so many other lifetimes with different types of standards or different types of, again, traditions or doctrines. Look, because behind that is the 10 of Cups. Behind that is the 9 of Cups. Like, so much fulfillment. So much fulfillment is coming to you once you commit to your own spiritual traditions and your own spiritual beliefs. And it's okay to mourn, right? It's okay to feel homesick in whatever capacity this resonates and to feel displaced. But the way that you will jumpstart your heart and start to recreate home, which is seen over here in the Four of Wands, is through taking action. That really lights a fire in you. Okay? Your current energy as it relates to all of this, we have the Ace of Pentacles in your headspace, the Page of Pentacles in your heart space, and the King of Wands in your foundation with the rune Love. So for some of you, this could be a fire sign, especially since we have the Emperor over here. So it could be an older person. It could be a father figure. It could be your actual father. It could be just a powerful counterpart that you have always felt driven by. It could be a mentor. But it can also be just that part of you, that King of Wands part of you that knows what you want and you're willing to go after it. Because the Emperor and the King of Wands both have a lot of discipline. You also have the Knight of Wands here, right? So this is a lot of discipline in your spirituality. Discipline in the things that you're passionate about, right? And we have the rune Love here. This could be about romantic love, but I'm feeling that for a good majority of you, this is about taking charge of your life and taking charge of the things that you love and prioritizing love in a whole new way. Also, I think for a lot of you, this is about going after what you love on a monetary level, or some of you may be deciding to go back to school or get some more training or finally take the dive in a career change or go up the next ladder, okay? Because the Page of Pentacles in your heart, you understand that there is still a lot to learn. You understand that love, right, is never quite understood because it's an evolution. And once we step fully into unconditional love, we die, essentially, right? So there are actually two ace, you know, the Page of Pentacles isn't an ace, but there are two pentacles sitting here in your current energy. In your head, you know that new opportunity is on the horizon and your heart is saying, yes, and I'm willing to learn. And the Page of, or rather the King of Wands is saying, I'm ready to take charge and lead myself, regardless of who is following me, right? I may have had a crowd, right? I may have had a crowd of people watching me when I was just following merely my intellect. But if I have to stand alone when I am following my heart, then so be it. Because I know at the end of the day that when I'm being authentic, I will always find new opportunity. Okay? Spirit's advice for you as it relates to all of this. We have the Four of Wands, which was in the beginning as well. Clarified by the Emperor. And the Emperor has the rune Standstill. And the Ace of Cups with the rune Healing. So for some of you, this is healing a relationship with your father. Or just authority figures in general. Especially if they have been stagnant for a while. If you have been looking for a corporate job, right? But in the creative field. A corporate job in the creative field. This is you realizing that you have to heal your relationship with the way that you relate to those jobs. Like you may have had a lot of disappointments in the past, so you're reframing, right? Because the Ace of Cups is also about rejuvenation and healing in more ways than just the rune. Like it's really about pouring love back into a wound, really, right? It's kind of like the saline solution to things that have hurt us in the past. Also, kind of putting love back into structure and valuing things, again, that have tradition, but you've infused the Hierophant, you've infused your own spiritual overtone onto the things that are usually more rigid and structured. This also adds to 9. 4 and 4 is 8 and Ace is 9. So you're coming into a wrapping up cycle of how to create a foundation for yourself, how to feel secure, right? How to create, again, a home for yourself and a home for your spirit. And if you've had like any type of block in your creative expression, I feel this is the lift of it. Okay. Yeah, look, we got the Ace of Cups again. Okay, so really dive into any and every practice that makes you feel emotionally attached and makes you feel really close to home and makes you feel really safe and secure. Don't worry about authority figures. Don't worry about power that seems to lie outside of you. You can never change it. All you can do is change that cup that you bring to the table. Okay, and as you have more compassion and empathy for the systems that we have to deal with, we can find a lot of joy and camaraderie in the places that we thought prior had lost their fire. Okay? In the most likely outcome, we have the Knight of Wands with the rune Protection and the Ace of Swords. So if this Knight of Wands is from outside of you, right? If it's a message coming from outside of you, it will be in your favor and how you can like keep what is sacred to you sacred. With the Ace of Swords here, it'll be clear to you instantly, or it will bring clarity to you instantly on why you needed to know whatever it is that you needed to know. Also, don't jump to conclusions this month. Protect yourself by not jumping to conclusions. Think before you act. Think before you speak. There's just a need here to let all things process through the mind. And it's kind of like, you know, those like toys where like a ball like zigzags and bing bings like all the way down. Kind of like a pinball machine, but not. Yeah, Two of Swords. So first get clear on which way you're really leaning and feeling. Like really know, yeah, Four of Cups. Really know how you feel about something before you make a decision or talk to somebody else about it. I think I told you last month not to talk about, or maybe it was in love, not to talk about what you have cooking. Like don't talk out your issues this month with just anybody. Okay? Mercury, your ruling planet, is in retrograde. Be really mindful. Be really mindful, oh my gosh, of the conversations that you're having and who you're having them with. I let go of all negativity that rests in my body and mind. I realize that stress is only fear. I now release all fears. So there's nothing to worry about, okay? There's nothing to worry about. You have a lot that's happening and a lot that will be unfolding, but aces are just the beginning. It's an initiation energy. What you do with said energy is up to you. But this is all about coming home to yourself regardless of what is happening outside of you, and how you can make a home for yourself and a name for yourself as long as you apply not only your mind, but your heart. All right? Gemini, I love you all, and I'll be back soon. Peace.